Before time was measured by mankind, there was only the silent, perfect hum of eternity. In this endless expanse, celestial beings, the Grigori, the Watchers, stood as sentinels of a divine order. Their purpose was singular: to observe the fledgling world below, to witness the unfolding story of humanity without ever touching the page. They were guardians of a sacred distance, their gaze a blessing, their silence a shield. For uncounted ages they watched the cycles of the earth, the rise and fall of seasons, the fleeting, vibrant lives of men and women. They saw their joys, their sorrows, their fleeting moments of grace, and their struggles against the dust. And in their watching, a new feeling began to stir, a fascination, a longing, a dangerous curiosity that whispered of the world of flesh and feeling. There came a night when the heavens trembled, a night when angels turned their eyes away from eternity and toward the world of men. For ages, the Watchers stood in their rightful place, holy watchers of mankind, bound to observe but never to interfere. Their existence was one of pure light and purpose, a testament to the grand design. But the allure of the mortal realm, with its raw emotion and tangible beauty, became a siren's call. It was a song of imperfection, of life lived on the edge of death, and it was intoxicating. This call was felt most keenly by their leader, Semjaza, a being of immense power and wisdom. He saw the daughters of men, and in their mortal grace, he perceived a beauty that the heavens, in all their perfection, could not replicate. A conflict ignited within him, a war between his sacred duty and a burgeoning forbidden desire. Drawn by this unspoken schism, 200 of the Watchers descended, their forms of light touching the cold earth of Mount Hermon. The peak, a place where heaven and earth were closest, became the stage for their rebellion. They gathered in a silent circle, the air crackling with unspoken thoughts, their luminous forms a stark contrast to the barren rock and snow. The wind howled around them, carrying the scent of the mortal world from the valleys below. It was Semjaza who finally broke the charged silence, his voice heavy with the weight of a choice that could unravel creation.
My brothers, you feel it as I do. This ache, this pull toward the world we were only meant to watch. You know what stirs within us, but I fear I alone will bear the consequence of this great sin, for I am your chief. If you are afraid, I will go alone.
No, Semjaza. Your fear is our fear. Your desire is our desire. We have watched for too long from the cold emptiness of the sky. We will not let you face this alone. We stand with you. We pledge ourselves to the same fate.
Azazel's words were the spark that lit the flame. A murmur swept through the assembly, a rustle of immense wings like a rising storm. The doubt in their ethereal eyes hardened into resolve. One by one, the chiefs of the Tens stepped forward, their names echoing in the thin mountain air. Arakiel, Ramiel, Kokabiel, Tamiel, Ramiel, Danel, Ezekiel, Barakajel, Asael, Armaros, Badarel, Ananel, Zakiel, Samsapil, Sadarel, Turel, Jomchael, Sariel, each a prince among the host, now united in a singular catastrophic purpose. And there, on the ancient peak, a place they named for the oath they were about to make, 200 angels swore a forbidden oath, binding each other with mutual imprecations, a curse upon themselves should any turn back. They were about to cross a threshold from which there could be no return.
Then let us bind our souls to this path. Let us make a pact that none can break. Swear with me that we shall take human wives and descend into their world. We will choose for ourselves wives from among the children of men and beget children.
We swear it. We bind ourselves to this oath.
The mountain itself cried out. The very fabric of the firmament tore as their unified will defied the laws of their creation. A shockwave of profane energy erupted from the peak, a declaration of their rebellion that echoed through the heavens. In that moment, heaven's order shattered. The golden cord that tied them to their celestial home snapped. Their light, once pure and constant, began to flicker, to dim. Their descent was not a fall from the sky, but a fall from grace. As they stepped from the summit of Hermon down into the valleys of man, their ethereal forms took on weight, their feet leaving prints in the snow for the first time. They were no longer just observers, they were participants, and their first act was to share secrets that mankind was never meant to know. Azazel taught men the art of war, how to forge swords and knives, shields and breastplates. He showed them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, turning simple tools into instruments of death. Semjaza taught them enchantments and root cuttings, Armaros, the resolving of enchantments. Barakajel taught them astrology, Kokabiel, the constellations, Ezekiel, the knowledge of the clouds, Arakiel, the signs of the earth, Shamsiel, the signs of the sun, and Sariel, the course of the moon. They unveiled the architecture of the cosmos, not as a thing of wonder, but as a tool for power. And as they took the daughters of men for their wives, a new horror was born into the world. Their unions were unholy, a mingling of divine and mortal that the earth was not meant to bear. And from their union came giants, immense beings of strength and hunger, the Nephilim. These titans consumed all of mankind's acquisitions, and when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned upon them and devoured mankind. They began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Their hunger was a void that could never be filled, a physical manifestation of their parents' spiritual emptiness. The world groaned under their weight, and violence filled the earth. The knowledge of the Watchers, intended to enlighten, became the fuel for endless conflict. The beauty they had so admired from afar was now trampled under the feet of their own monstrous offspring. From the high places, the fallen angels watched the chaos they had unleashed. They saw the world they had coveted now burning. Their halos, once crowns of brilliant light, were now cold, dim rings of ash. The love they had sought had curdled into destruction. And the angels, once guardians of mankind, became destroyers of it. The cries of the perishing world did not go unheard. They ascended through the smoke and ruin, a desperate prayer reaching the silent heavens. And heaven answered. The Watchers felt a tremor not of the earth, but of divine power, a shift in the cosmic balance. They know judgment is coming. And Enoch, the seventh from Adam, a righteous man who walked with God, looked upon the world changed by angels, and knew the days of mankind were numbered. He saw the corruption, the violence, the perversion of all that was good. He was a lone pillar of light in a world drowning in shadow, a witness to the fall.
The earth is defiled by the works that have been taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. What has begun cannot end without judgment.